Hello everyone, myself Kirtivasan, from third year of BTech CSE from VLE Chennai. So basically in this cloud computing DA session, we'll be talking about Docker, its importance in the cloud environment, and how it differs from the GitHub and how we install and use this Docker effectively. So right now at starting, you have been in my account. This is actually my GitHub account where you could see my all the stuffs, my projects and everything. And coming to this opportunity, this is the main thing in GitHub, and you just see about our project now, web vulnerability scanner. In this, it has some further folders like backend, front, and README, and you could also see here something called the Docker Compose YAML. In future of this video, I will say why have I been used this Docker Compose in this GitHub repo. So coming to this, in this folders especially, basically one disadvantage, of using back of the GitHub is, in this backend you could see something called the requirement.txt. So basically what about GitHub is, GitHub is a platform for storing, managing, and version controlling source codes using Git. And it also allows user to elaborate and collaborate and the track changes, maintain multiple versions of the project effectively. So you could see here, the project for which have been done, the versions, for versions of each thing, this request, beautiful soup is one of the script code where the Flask is the framework that is being used for the contain SQLite 3, and also all these 12 things. This is also for if you want to use this project for your demonstration purpose, you need to know what is you just do this git clone where you just find this code, you find this git clone, you do all those things. And to more briefly, I have been given this all this clone repository. And one thing you could see here, zip install requirement.txt. So basically what this is, like to run this project you need to download all this requirements. So okay, this is no easy job, you can just download and so there's been also one disadvantage, for example, your project might run efficiently and perfectly on your system but failed in my system, because this not sometimes because of missing libraries, dependency variations, and or configuration differences or platform. So basically this clone repository and this code might be running well in my Windows, but at the same time if I use an virtual machine, and running the same repo again, there might be some misinformation, or the code might be missing or some errors have been occurring. So all this will move. So now we will move to the Docker, the world largest container registry. So basically, what Docker is about is, Docker is one of the open source containerization platform. It allows, to create containers which are lightweight, portable, and isolated uh, environments that run application independently. Now, before Docker, what being an developers we use, is the virtual machines. So basically, virtual machines were heavy and consumed more resources. And also we have one debate in our class session, in offline session where we have a debate about whether it is Dockerization or the VM, the virtual machine, which has been runs efficiently and runs good, all these features. So at the end of the debate we also concluded that Docker is alone is not has been useful, or virtual machine is not alone been useful. It's always the virtualization and the Docker that has been useful for our effective manner. So basically, Docker ensures this, portability, consistency, and broader audience. It can be shared use for your software broader. So we'll just come to like what is important of Docker in cloud computing. So we could see that cloud computing applications are always often needed to scale across the multiple servers and platforms. Docker containers makes this easy. They can be replicated, deployed, and migrated instantly. This gives for us for speed, flexibility, and resource efficiency, which are core the core goals of cloud computing. So basically, this has been some brief. I will be providing all these descriptions for the links in our description. You can go view this. So this being the architecture, the Docker desktop. So I'll be just moving to Docker desktop. Getting started with Docker or the installation Docker. So basically, how do you install Docker? Is like to get a Docker. There's been for Windows. There's been separate for Mac and Linux everything. So basically, since I use a Windows 11, so we'll just go for the Windows. We have the version 68, 86, 64 bits, or in Microsoft, for ARM and everything. So in this, we just been downloading this. The thing is, I have already downloaded this, so I'll skip all this process. But for your detailed, view, I have made a blog. I will be providing that link as well as. So now coming to Docker Desktop. So basically, this is my account. I have been using the personal account that we've been using for Docker Desktop. So you could see here containers that have been several containers. The Flask app, web file replace scanner, and all those things. And and coming to other aspect, we could see this image. We have some web vulnerabilities in a backend as well as the for front end all these images. So this has been the layers that has been used in this. And also wait one second, I will just show you the front end layer as well as the backend layer. In backend layers, we've been using another 15 or 16 layers. From the layer 0 to layer 15. So now we'll just move to the Docker Hub. So basically, if you want to use this thing, for use this for your Docker performance, you just go for the repositories. I will be providing this repository as well. So in this repository, you can find this web vulnerability scanner. Wait, there is internet lag. One second. So in this web vulnerability scan tag, you can find this thing. You can just git. Something what you do in GitHub is the git pull, the clone this repository, as well as you can use this Docker, Docker pull, and once that has been dug, the Docker pull and the image name. So basically, these are the image, front end and back end. I have been running separately in, then we can use this Docker images and run it on the, the thing. And then we will be running it in an isolated container. I would done this, all these things. I will just show how my project looks like. So yeah, basically this is one of my project that I've been using here. So this is the client UI React version where I will be using something. I can't explicitly show you my other websites, links or whatever. So it is explicitly wrong to scan other website which you don't have permission. So in the scan type you have the components basically which is of all types. It's just done run the scan and you see all those details. So we just go more to the more advanced, about what my project does is that it basically supports the vulnerabilities. This is mainly 6 vulnerability types. That is this cross-site scripting, open redirect, SSL, secure shell, TLS security, CSRF detection, local file intrusion, and the SQL injection. In this key features, you can see all these features. And coming to one important thing is this tool should be only used on websites you own, or the you have explicit written permission to test. So basically, I have gotten 3 to 4 from website. I have mailed them to get their permission to test, and I have successfully test. Unfortunately, due to some other constraints, I can't show you all things. So basically, the technical specifications that has been used and all these things. So now you can see my this where this this all these things has been running my code and all the scans.db. I have been storing some db the thing and everything, the index.html, or docker. We'll see this docker.no as a, so I've been defining in this front end the port that to be run or the backends and all those things. While coming to that, this has been some brief description about the project that I did. And also we'll just see something called my blog, where I will also be providing this link as well. So in this blog, I have been detailed explanation on the abstract introduction. These are been like my project descriptors, like this the architecture design, and the component that's been breakdown as I shown here. This front end and back end, these images have been posted here, the technologies that has been used, and API gateways and all those things. And the technical stacks has been version more than this, all those things. And the data flow description diagram, and how do you run this, all those things I have been detailedly given in this blog. You can also view this, and if you like that this blog, you can just give a thumbs up. And I have been providing the GitHub repository as well as web vulnerability scanner, the Docker for the Docker repository. And moreover about coming to the conclusion what I did the project, and if you want to get in touch with me, you can contact my LinkedIn account. Whenever I'll be online, I will be responding to that. My email ID, all the stuffs. That's all about me and about this project. I hope you got some points at least about this web vulnerability scanner, and about the Docker, how do you pull this and all these things. Also to wind up this session, I would be like thankful for my faculty, Dr. Subulakshmi Madam, for providing this wonderful opportunity for for this recording DA session. And for throughout this course period, I have been using Docker. I have been into several new technologies that have been used, that have been used for the past 2 years. So that's been a great opportunity for us to use from the faculty advice. So I have also mentioned the academic support, especially you can see here. So as well, thank you from myself.